Adam made $7,300 in profit in his first 7 weeks of starting AI TikTok Shop Affiliate. And that's really not even the part you should care about, because it wasn't just one viral video. It was not one lucky month, but it was week after week, 7 weeks straight, while he's still working a full-time job. Honestly, over full-time, over 50 hours a week. Because honestly, anyone can go out there and just catch a good week. You've probably seen 1,000 screenshots of someone's, one really good day, but stacking over $7,300 in your first 7 weeks of ever starting is a real business. So in this video, I'm sitting down with my client, Adam. He's one of my inner circle clients, and we're just going to be going through his whole entire journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, what he did in week one, the exact moment when he actually hit his first sale, even talking about the points where he almost kind of quit and what he did that kind of kept the money coming in every single week. So by the end of this video, you guys will know exactly what it takes to make this work for yourself. So go grab your popcorn and let's get right into it. All right, Adam, I guess, do you want to just kind of introduce yourself, name, age, kind of where you're from and what you're doing for work?
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? My name's Adam. I'm 20 years old. I currently work in a hospital. I work with my degree that I went to school for. So it's imaging sciences, so like X-ray, MRI, stuff like that.
Awesome, cool. I guess if you just want to walk through, maybe say what did a normal today's Saturday look like before this? Maybe job hours, money situation.
So Saturdays before this, most likely I was getting woken up early, getting called into work, having to go to work, either working like an 8 or a 12, coming home
Yeah,
exhausted, like barely breaking any profit on my paycheck after tax, and after I pay all my bills. So just like stuck in that endless cycle.
I see. Okay. I guess what it before this, obviously, did you maybe try anything else? Maybe that did work or didn't work?
Yeah, so I tried I'm sure like a lot of people, I tried like Amazon drop shipping, like
Mm-hmm.
reselling clothes. Those were kind of like the main two that I tried. Neither of them worked out. I kind of didn't really know what I was doing. I just,
Yeah.
I wanted to try to find a way to make money, but wasn't doing it the right way.
No, I hear you. I feel like a lot of people they go out there and they most people end up trying a few different things. But I guess for you, when you tried that and how did that kind of end? I'm just curious. When you tried those things.
Ended up with a loss. I ended up getting pretty much stuck with my inventory, not having a way to move it, and then, trying to like turn to other ways to sell it, and then that was, that was pretty discouraging. So I kind of just gave up on the idea of like reselling and drop shipping after that.
No, for sure. I guess when that didn't really work out the way you wanted it to, you got kind of stuck. I guess how did that kind of leave you? I mean, feeling even about online business just in general.
At first, I was like, this might not be for me. Maybe I should just stick to the hustle. I'll put in like 60, 70 hours a week at work. And then,
Yeah.
eventually I'll come up off of that.
For sure. I guess when you heard about the whole AI TikTok opportunity, I guess what was did you have a skeptical thing in your head, or what were you kind of thinking about that?
Yeah, so when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, so what's the catch? There's got to be something, something behind the scenes. There's got to be more to it. It's not just you post these videos, link the product, and you get commission. I was like, there's got to be more to it. It's you probably got to jump through a bunch of hoops.
No, 100%. Okay. I guess when you've seen that and you look at it and you're like, okay, well this looks really really simple, but I know there's definitely more to it. It's probably not this simple deep down. I guess what were you thinking before you jumped in? What were you thinking? The reason why this could, or maybe a reason why it wouldn't work for you specifically.
So I was kind of just discouraged from like online business as a whole. It's like especially if I didn't really know what I was doing. So I guess now now it's a lot different.
Yeah.
I have a lot more resources than I had before. Definitely like a lot more knowledge than I had before about it.
I guess or was there something maybe holding you back from joining? Maybe just money, or maybe getting burned before, or starting something and maybe you didn't know.
Getting burned before, I wouldn't say it kind of, held me back from joining it. It made me like a little skeptical because I didn't want to take another loss, but obviously you can't go in with that mindset. You have to go in with the mindset
Yeah.
that it's going to work. So, even though like I had taken like a few big losses before, like that's not something that you can let hold you back from other opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. I guess like, what did you think that this then would maybe what did you think it would cost you that it didn't? Like maybe time requirements or maybe just like a skill or like a complicated skill like how kind of people perceive AI or just like a budget in terms of like being able to buy the accounts and get started.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna cost me anywhere around like $5,000 to get started, between the accounts and if I did have to, like actually buy any products. So I'm thinking, okay, do I really want to put like the startup cost in this, which it was nowhere near that.
Got you. Okay. I see. I guess like what made you pull the trigger then? Like if that's kind of what you were thinking and I understand like the skeptical and getting burned, what kind of made you just like really overcome any skepticism and overcome, the cost that you thought that it would require? What really made you pull the trigger and go in and get started?
I definitely had to change my mindset about online business. I couldn't let anything that happened in the past like, redefine the way I looked at opportunities in the future. And, if you go all in on something, like it has to work. If you do it right, it has to work. There's no reason it shouldn't.
Like what like was it maybe like did you like think that it would kind of like work deep down or like maybe did you not even know if online business would work? I'm just super curious like if you could just really elaborate on like what really made you pull that trigger and overcome these things.
For me, I was really hungry for that freedom, man. I was like sick of going to work, 6 days a week, working 12-hour shifts. It was getting exhausted, man. I was barely spending time in the house, barely seeing any of my friends. And you get burnt out pretty fast living a life like that. And I mean, I didn't know how much longer I could do it. So I knew something had to change.
No, I hear you. I guess in terms of like the actual mentorship and like working with me specifically, I guess what made you kind of pull the trigger on that?
Just off the bat, you seemed very, no bullshit authentic. I kind of got that vibe from watching the first few videos. So I mean, that alone, like kind of being able to like see through that, I think that's like kind of helped me ease into it. And then also, you were dropping like a lot of good game, even before I joined the mentorship.
No, 100%. I appreciate you saying that too, man. I guess like after the night after you paid and like you joined in, I guess like how were you kind of feeling then? Like were you scared?
Oh, I felt great actually. I couldn't wait to get started.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people they might join in, maybe they feel scared. Like, well, what kind of made you feel great though? Like was there something specific that made you feel that way?
Yeah. Just, I mean, initially after joining and, taking a look at some of the resources that were available to me and obviously the one-on-one, I think like it helped me feel a lot more comfortable and I kind of knew like, okay, like I can make this work.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. That's actually making me happy to hear. Cool. I guess like if you just walk me through maybe week one, like if you're really starting day by day, I guess what did you really like do every day? I guess how many videos were you posting? How long was it taking you?
So pretty much I was waking up, starting my day like normal. Once I had some free time in the day, or I would set aside like maybe 2 hours at night. Um,
Yeah.
I would do my sourcing, whether that be off of, you know, TikTok, Kello data, but I would try to find at least like 8 banger products. And then in
Yeah.
the beginning, it did take me a while until I got like settled into the workflow. So all in all, between the product research and between actually like making my videos, I was probably putting in a good 2.5 hours a day. And then the first
Okay.
week
Got you.
it was just that like that consistent workflow or trying to build that consistent workflow of just, find these products, and then just start pushing out videos.
No, 100%. And then I guess like during this time as well, were you like working or like maybe like are you playing like sports or like in the gym? I guess like what else are you really doing while you're also doing TikTok shop?
Yeah, so I was doing most of this at work. So like when I had some downtime, like
Nice.
between patients, I'm either looking for products or I'm on my phone generating the videos like at work. So I'm thankful for that downtime. it helped me. I think it helped me get ahead since, I was able to kind of knock out two things at once rather than just, actually trying to like make the time that I, didn't think I had for it.
No, 100%. I mean, obviously, I believe that too, to where it's just like, if you actually want to achieve something, like, you're not really going to make time excuses. You're more so just going to actually go ahead and make the time and just make it happen, which honestly, that's just all you. That's just genuinely props to you for making it and being able to do it that way. Along with that, it's like, I guess, were you just kind of like going to work, making these videos while at work? I guess like what about like after work? Like are you going back and working on the business or like maybe going to the gym or like I guess what else do you really got going on every day?
Oh yeah, after work, I mean, usually straight to the gym, or like I'm going out to eat with my friends. I'm crazy on food, man.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Cool. I mean, see, it's like the point of it too, and like the reason why I ask is because you're able to maintain, like, props to you. It's like you're able to maintain your social life, work full time, and actually run the business, which is awesome too. I guess, like, is this really the only business that you're doing right now, or like, are you still doing like anything else on the side?
So yeah, this is pretty much all I got my focus on.
For
Business
sure.
wise. Um,
Awesome.
the TikTok AI. That's my main thing that I have my sights set on. And then I do still work full time at the hospital.
Okay, cool. I guess if we like kind of zoom into like the first sale, I guess do you remember what day you got that sale? Like,
Exactly what day? It wasn't too long after I started posting. It was mid-June. So I got my first sale was June 17th. I made $5.
nice.
And I was
Okay,
I, I
cool.
was going crazy over those $5.
Nice. Where were you when you got that sale?
I was at work. Yeah, I was
Okay,
at work.
cool.
I had like just clocked into a 12-hour shift, like probably not even 2 hours before. And I
Yep.
mean, even since I posted my first video, it was I think up until I got that first sale, it was just a constant like spamming refresh on the app, trying to see if any sales came through.
No, 100%. I guess when you finally swipe refresh and you were at work and you seen that first sale, I guess what'd you do after that? Like,
I was like, all right, so I know this works. Like
yeah,
now I've seen like 100% that it works. At least, with me. Like I've seen my first sale, I can kind of ease up a bit and then just let it go on from here.
100%. Yeah, you get that proof of concept. Cool. So first sale, June 17th, $5. Um, I guess was that like what you made the whole day? Was it just that one first sale on that day, or did you do
Yeah.
more?
Yeah, that was all I made that day.
Nice. And then do you remember like the first day where you actually started, like maybe started posting?
Yeah, so the first video I posted was 3 days before. I posted on June 14th. So, from posting that first video and then within the next 3 days, getting that first $5 sale, it was, like I was waiting for results. And
Yeah.
I know it takes time and I knew I wasn't gonna see like a $50, $100 day. But
For
just to
sure.
at least see that $5, it felt good.
Yeah, for sure. So 3 days to get to the first sale. I guess. Do you remember how many videos you were posting per day at that time for your first 3 days?
Yeah, I was aiming for 10, trying to hit a minimum of 8 though.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Um, I guess when was your first say $100 day? Do you remember like the specific day?
Yeah, my first $100 was actually not too long after. It was June 25th. I had a
Wow.
$114 day.
Okay.
So
Damn. So that's 8 days.
about a week later, once I saw that first $100 day, and then I started seeing it more consistently after that. I think that's really what pushed me to be like, okay, like now I'm gonna completely lock in on this, and I want to scale this.
Yeah. You get excited at that point. I guess if you
Yeah.
take me to the exact moment, where were you there? Like first sale, you're at work, refreshing, you see it. I guess like first $100 day, where were you in that exact moment?
Oh, I was in bed getting ready to sleep so I could wake up for my shift the next morning. And I kind of just I like to go through everything and like see my end of day stuff, whether it's
Yeah.
like social media, opening my messages, or well, now it's like TikTok. But I was like, all right, like I haven't really been on the app all day. I wasn't able to get to my full 10 videos I wanted. I was like, let's see how much I made though. And then once I hopped on and I actually seen that $100, it was great.
What was the exact number specifically? Was it like a clean 100 flat? Or
It
like,
was
was it something more?
114.
Nice, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess what do you do after that one? You're in bed, you check, it's like $114.
After this, I'm like, okay, I have no excuse not to just keep posting 10 videos a day. Like if I
Yeah.
do, even if I gotta take some time away from like, hanging out with my friends or like just, kind of cut out those leisure activities so I could fully lock in, make sure I'm hitting those 10 videos a day. I was
Yep.
like there's no excuse now. I just seen like $100 day. Like, why would I
Yeah.
slow down?
Yeah, hear you, man, for sure. I guess if we look at like just month one as a whole, I guess what was like maybe at the lowest point or just maybe a low point in month one, maybe like a violation or maybe a week where things just didn't go that well or a night maybe you felt like you wasted your money or you were wasting your time.
Yeah, I think with month one, um, I wouldn't say, I got a little bit discouraged like a couple weeks in, but I got two violations in month one, and that
Yep.
was just because, I felt like I was focused more on actually putting out these 10 videos a day than,
Yep.
also, keeping in mind I have to focus on the quality of them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just, rushing these videos, cranking them out,
Yep.
and then spam posting. And I ended up catching two violations back to back within like a week of each other. And then I was like, okay, like I really need to slow down and I need to get this down to a T and I need to make sure these videos are high quality or else, this account that I'm finally seeing working out for me, I don't want to lose that.
For sure. I guess how do you kind of feel about violations as a whole right now? Like honestly.
I think now, as long as you like actually apply the TikTok Shop rules and apply the knowledge and the resources that you have, they're I mean they're not hard to avoid. As long
Yeah,
as
for
you
sure.
make sure like you're double checking your videos before you post them. You're not posting just to post
Yeah.
to hit like your daily quota. As long as you make sure like you're actually posting good high quality content, then I think like violations shouldn't really be an issue.
Cool. And then those two violations that you did get, were they just kind of like just like warning violations where it's like, hey, like here's like a warning of this or like or were they maybe like temporary pauses or like did they harm you or slow you down or like shut down your account?
So they didn't slow me down and like limiting my posts or and like they didn't shut down or restrict my account or anything, but they were
Yep,
like warnings that were issued. They did like negatively harm my account health. So
for sure.
it kind of just made me pause and it's like, okay, well, if I get maybe one or two more of these, I could potentially be deactivated or I could, like be restricted. So like I really need to chill out on, what I'm posting.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And then like within month one again, like what was the moment where you just kind of felt like everything just clicked together and like boom, it just clicked. Everything clicks. You know exactly what to do.
I think it was once I was checking my sales and like at this point I'm pretty much like recouped on like my investment costs. And I'm going through my commission sales and I'm seeing that the sales like majority of them are coming from older videos that I had posted when I first started posting
Yep.
and not more recent videos. I was like, okay, I was like, this is gonna snowball because
Yeah.
these videos that I posted yesterday, or these videos that I posted last week, they're not even the ones that are making me money.
Yep. That's the most beautiful thing. I guess like month one as a whole, like how much did you make just overall those first like 30 days?
So my first month from that $5 sale up until the next month, I made just a little under 4 grand on one account.
For sure. I guess do you have like maybe the exact number or like did you have two accounts at that time? Just kind of like run me through the exact numbers.
Yeah. So 38.51 in my first month from that first $5 sale to on the 17th, and then to the next to the next month, July 16, 3,800. And then at this point, I had a second account already that I was already posting on.
Yeah,
I don't have like the exact number, but I made another roughly like $750 off of that second account that I had like pretty recently started posting on.
for sure. So I guess like total month one, what is it exactly? I know you said like the first one was around or 38.50 or something. I guess like so
Yeah.
like total first 30 days, I guess how much did you make in profit?
I brought in like around 4,500.
Nice. Okay, cool. And I guess like a lot of people who might even be watching this, they might just think like, okay, yeah, well, that's 1 month. You made $4,500. Maybe they think it's lucky or something. I guess like in month two, those next 30 days, that second month, how much did you make that and then?
So it actually hasn't even been 2 months. It's been it's been a little under 3 weeks, and I'm at 2,200 right now in the last 3 weeks up to today.
Nice, dude. I guess like so within that 3 weeks doing 2,200. I guess like what does that kind of tell you about the business? Just really having that consistency.
I think it's an opportunity definitely that I'm glad I took advantage of it. And stuff like this doesn't come around often.
Damn. So you've really only been running this for less than 2 months at this point. So I guess like from really like your first month to, month two, which is now, I guess has things gotten maybe easier, more systemized? I guess like, is there a difference in time maybe you're spending now, like per day from back when it was day one?
Oh, 100%. Now that I actually have a workflow solidified, and like I know all the steps I need to do, um, I can run multiple accounts now, make videos for each of them, and I can post like, unique products on all three. And now I'm only putting in maybe like 45 minutes to an hour every day compared to like that 2 hours that I was putting in before, just for one account.
Yeah. I guess what did you stop doing that actually freed up the time for you to be able to win?
I stopped focusing on like small stuff, going for these like three, four like dollar commission items. I was like, even if I sell 10, 20 of these, it's still not going to be as significant as if I was to go for these high ticket items.
Cool. I guess like maybe say there's someone starting, today, month after month, like is what you've done repeatable?
Oh yeah, it's it's repeatable, and it's definitely scalable, which is kind of what I'm, focused on right now. Now I really just want to
Why?
maximize on it.
Yeah. I
What was
guess why
that?
would you say that? I guess why would you say that?
Because once I seen like, okay, I got results relatively fast, and that was, off of one account, me just starting off, and still kind of getting the hang of things, not really knowing what I was doing. So
Yeah.
once I seen, I could do that as a beginner, I was like, okay, now I'm a little more advanced. Let's move on to two accounts, three accounts, and like let me just take it and run.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So I guess like from now, really, since the day you started, what day was that again that you did fully start posting?
I think that first sale was June 17th.
For
Posted, and
sure.
I
I
posted my
guess
first video like a few days before, I think on the 14th.
for sure. Okay. I guess like from June 14th to today's August 8th from recording this, it's been less than 2 months. I guess how much have you really made like in total from like the whole time period?
So in these like roughly 7 weeks, I'm at like a little over 8 grand combined.
Nice. And then I guess really from now till then, like maybe before you started with AI TikTok from now, I guess is there or what really is different in your real life, like actual day to day?
I noticed, I'd like to just keep it real. I can pretty much, do what I want with my day now. Obviously, I'm still going to work. I still like having my full-time job, but now it's like, okay, if I want to do something for myself, I'm pretty much not thinking twice about it. If I want to go out and buy something, or like, have a day out, like I'm not really gonna
Yeah.
think twice about it. I'm a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot more free.
Dude, yeah. That makes me so happy to hear. I guess like was there maybe something specific that you did go and buy?
Um, yeah. Hey,
I guess what was
I
it?
don't know if I'm gonna include this in the video, but
Yeah.
man, dude, one thing I wanted to do, like that I combined like my Amazon, my TikTok with was alhamdulillah,
Yo, mashallah.
so I mean alhamdulillah, bro, that's something I really wanted to do.
Damn, mashallah, bro. Dude, that makes me so happy to hear. Dude, that's
And I
freaking
mean,
awesome.
yeah, like alhamdulillah, man. And honestly, like, the way I was doing it before, even when I'm putting in like when I was putting in those 60 plus hour weeks, like
Yo,
I definitely could not have done that at like where I'm at right now, like at 20 years old.
man. Man, dude, I'm not gonna lie, you just made me so happy hearing that. Like genuinely. You don't want to put that in the video, or is it cool if we do? It's up to you.
I'm gonna leave that out of the video.
Okay, that's completely cool. I was gonna say, dude, dead ass like that would be so motivational, but it's all good. Damn, I
Yeah.
love that, bro. That's actually so sick.
No, alhamdulillah, man. I'm really happy that I was able to turn that into a reality. And
Damn, yeah,
like
that's fucking sick.
I know for a fact like TikTok helped a lot with that.
I guess like if you want to talk to, maybe like directly to the person who exactly where you were maybe 2 months ago, the guy who was like a little bit skeptical, who maybe got burned and he had like a little bit of money saved, but he's still working at his job, was thinking about working 60 hours a week and was at full time. I guess what would you really go ahead and actually tell them?
I would definitely tell him that, it's normal to be skeptical of like these opportun these new opportunities, especially now, like with the era of AI and like we're seeing all this new stuff come up, it's right to be skeptical, but if you see something, that's worked not just for one person, but for countless people, like it's worth checking out and it's worth, seeing if it works for you. And there's no reason it shouldn't.
No, 100%. Cool. I guess like maybe what is there something that you kind of just wish that you knew on day one?
I'd say on day one and probably, within like my first week or 2 weeks, I wish I really like took the time and just slowed down more and just made sure I had, better content. Just because, I think, in the beginning when I was starting out, I did like negatively impact my account by those
Yeah.
violations. And I think like the worst part about it was they were just so easily avoidable.
Yeah. No, 100%. Cool. And then I guess like if you had to pick say one thing really inside Momentum Academy that like moved the needle for you the most, like what really is that?
100% the one-on-one, just like the one-on-one coaching, knowing if I have any questions at all, I can come to you or like anyone else and I'm going to get an answer pretty fast. So just knowing that I have that resource of, having those like people on my side that are like highly experienced, knowing I can go
Yeah.
to them with any questions or like any barriers that I have and getting an answer like pretty fast. And also the community. I mean it's a great community. Like, we all share ideas with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And then I guess like for you really, like we're only still in August. So I guess what's really your goal, say by December Q4?
By December, I want to definitely take it to 100,000, try to hit $100,000. I think,
And
like
then is that are you saying like total or per month?
total.
For sure.
At least for now, I want,
Yeah.
by December, I want to hit like a total of $100,000 profit, and then I definitely think it's achievable, for me to like hit that six figures in commission.
For sure. I agree with you, man. Let's make it happen, bro. Let's make it
Of
happen.
course.
I mean, that's pretty much everything I got, but I appreciate you so much. Like, thank you for taking the time to actually come on this here and do this interview.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to do it.
If you're still watching, then props to you. And that honestly tells me you're super serious about this. So let me just keep it very real with you. You just watched Adam lay the whole thing out flat. That's $7,300 in his first 7 days of running a business that he runs in a couple hours a day around a full-time job while keeping a social life while still going to the gym. But the only real difference between him and you is that he started 7 weeks ago and you're still watching videos. So if you want the same exact setup that Adam has, all the one-on-one coaching, all of our AI agents, the community, everything you just heard him talk about, it's going to be the first link down below in the description. It's just going to be a short application. We'll ask you a couple quick questions and then you'll be able to jump on a call directly with my team and I. And that whole point of that call is to see if you're actually a good fit for the Momentum Academy. And if you guys are, we're going to walk you through the program and pretty much how we'd be able to get you started and make 2026 your best freaking year. But if I don't think that we can help you, we're going to tell you that straight up, and we're still just going to point you in the right direction anyway, just for showing up to that call. So one last thing on the timing, guys. Okay, right now it's August. Okay, Q4 kicks off in September, and then October, November, December. These are the biggest spending months in all of e-commerce. We got Black Friday, Christmas, Cyber Monday, Halloween, all of it. Okay, brands are about to pour money into TikTok Shop, and the accounts that are already set up and posting when that happens are going to be the ones that actually get paid. Adam started 7 weeks ago, and he's already in perfect position to take advantage. So if you start now, you will be too. But either way, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and comment what you guys want me to break down next, because I read every single one of these comments. I truly appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.